My name is Tim Tatton, and I've been interested in Reading for very many years, and it's a great pleasure I'm coming here now to do the 900th anniversary lecture. One of the most important things about this abbey is, of course, Henry I's burial place. King Henry I decided very specifically that he wanted a new great abbey church for his burial, his wife and his descendants. He obviously intended that. Where I'm standing now is the shell of the chapter house of Reading Abbey. All the walls have been stripped of their nice stone lining, but you can see the core all around me. And this, you can see, is on a huge scale. This is because when it was put up in the early 12th century, they were planning to have at least 100 monks, probably even more, and the same with the neighbouring great dormitory and all the rest of it. So that is a huge size. In 1539, however, Henry VIII, aided by his incredibly clever assistant, Thomas Cromwell, who did all the work for him, decided they needed a huge amount of money to fight the French and that all the abbeys in England should be dissolved. Initially they started with small places, but by 1538-39 every single one was being dissolved. That left a whole series of buildings covered in lead, which were quickly unroofed so they could use the lead particularly for the needs of the wars. But the nave, for example, the western part of the great church, was completely demolished some years later, used as sort of quarry. And if you want to see the stones from there, go to St Mary's Parish Church. Reading University, and particularly Cecil Slade, who was head of the archaeology department at that time, did excavations on a fairly small scale and found some really important details, where the cloister were, the tile floors, and particularly the evidence leading to exactly where Henry I was buried. The museum, and I think the museum is one of the finest museums I know in the country, they have got together with the university and with the newly founded Friends to do a new project to bring Reading Abbey right back into the 21st century and find out much more about its buildings.